So far we're in the middle of the day and about the middle of the work. The overall condition, I think it's fine. Пацо, как е като цяло състоянието на моторите? По-накратичко така?
Накратко ще изкара.
Ще изкарат.
Като ги подготвим и ще ги пазим.
Ще ги пазим. So, just to translate to you, he said, they will do the job, but we have to be very gentle with them. It has to be done. I'm not gonna film everything because it's a long process, but I'm gonna conclude and tell you everything once we finished. Most of the spare parts arrived. Actually, all of them, everything that we ordered, tubes, filters, oils. Now Pato changing the sprockets. I'm gonna have a new chain and eventually we'll be ready today. By the way, I'm impressed with this so small and light motorcycle, but it handles the potholes very well. The suspension is soft. I will definitely bottom it if I go to some big jumps, but on this type of terrain, it's alright. It's like a plush. It is time to make the first update from Colombia at the moment. It was a long journey to come here, but at the moment I am in one perfect location. You can see right now, it's on the top of Cali. It's an apartment that belonged to my friend Thomas, the same guy who gave me the motorcycle. And this is Pato drinking beer. He's already very happy after so many hours spent in the planes, around the airport. Actually, it's very I won't say difficult procedure, but a little bit different, and you should know some things if you plan to come here. The first big obstacle, of course, are these long flights. But if the flights are not a problem for you, then there is another. We find out at the airport that you cannot fly to Colombia unless you have a return ticket. And because we didn't have, they didn't want to let us fly from Madrid to Bogota, Colombia. So we have to find an alternative solution, and we found it. We bought very cheap tickets to Panama next month, just to have a reason or return ticket to show at the airport to let us go. And we needed this as well to the border officers or immigrations once we arrived in Colombia. This was the first obstacle that we need to cover. The second was that they don't want to take our bags as they are, because they are a little bit different shape. They are not like a normal suitcases, so they don't really match with their norms. And they were wondering what to do with our bags. On our flight from Madrid to Bogota, the lady make a compromise, just put them in the basket, and if they fit in the basket, she just let them to go. But once we arrived here in Bogota, on our domestic flight to Cali, they didn't want to put it like that, so we need to go and put it on another counter as an oversized luggage. But finally, we did it. They were not heavy, but they were very bulky, and we did it. But all of this is very long procedure. As I said, it took us a lot of hours at the airport, and it's something that you have to have in mind. And another thing is that almost no one speaks English. Even immigrations, even border officers, even all of these desks where they have at the airports, they speak just a little bit of English or nothing at all. So if you plan to come here, at least a little Spanish will be very handy. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to deal with all of this. But anyway, we arrived. Now we already saw the bikes. Everything is going to our schedules. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start preparing the bikes. We'll try to fix as small as possible things in advance, prepare everything, and eventually, after a few more days, we'll start, because they start the procedure to transfer the documents on the motorcycles. This actually is very funny procedure. They require a lot of signs, also fingerprints and stuff like that. And from tomorrow, our so-called adventure will start. We'll probably spend like 5-6 days here in Cali and then hit direction Venezuela. Пацо, я кажи сега, според тебе, тук ако дойде човек без да знае нищо, без да познава никой, без да говори езици, как поносимо ли се струва въобще? Възможно ли е въобще?
В никакъв случай не ми се струва възможно това нещо, поради причината, че просто нито знаем възможностите, смисъл да си закупиш мотор. Първо билетите, да, точно, че не знаеш какви са изискванията, за да присъстваш в
Летищата как е?
по летищата. Е ужас, пълен ужас. Нали, ако имаш някаква резервация до някъде е добре, но после мъка по гейтовите не разхождат като прани гащи, точно. И евентуално пък, ако нямаш човек доверен, който да избере мотор или да оправи документите, не знам. Сам не бих се справил.
С една дума, ако си сам, ще има да те лъжат, да те мажат, да те подхвърлят, да даваш пари на вятъра, да не знаеш какво правиш, никой нищо не обещава, никой нищо не прави. So, the moment of truth. We just came into the garage of Cesar. Cesar is the bald guy. Hey, Cesar!
Yeah.
Say hello to the camera.
Hey, hello.
This is our great man here who is going to help us with everything, and of course immediately jumped on the bikes to see how they are going and what is the real condition. And as you can see, Flamen is already busy. Straightening the brake lever. Пато, как е? Почна се вече. Нали чеш да почиваш? He is in his natural habitat, working on the bikes. So this two Honda XRE 300, air-cooled engines, all technology. This is going to be the one that I'm going to ride. They are identical. This one got a windscreen and a little bit more extras that I don't really need, but they're here anyway. Both got crash guards. Luggage rack, we're gonna remove this because we don't need it. And we're gonna have these air filters. Cesar, give me the replaceable air filter. No, the replaceable. This is the original filter of one of the Hondas, very, very dusty. And we're gonna have this, they are like alternative on K&N or locally made. So we're gonna replace them with this type of filters. And we'll be able to wash it on the road because the conditions here are very, very dusty. But yeah, this is the overall situation at the moment, working on the bikes. And we'll see what will be the end result. We check the chains and everything. We definitely need to change oils, brake pads to service the bikes. We're gonna check spark plugs, total service of everything. Then we're gonna ride it to see how it is and eventually spend like a few more days
Cesar,
here in the town and around the town before we take off on the long journey. The condition of the motorcycles is, I would say, acceptable considering what we have seen here in the last few days around.
Setting in the
Everywhere
chain.
around we ride
Okay.
motorcycles like this,
So, for that one,
150, 125. A lot of scooters, it's a real madness. So the condition of this bike is just good and work in progress now. We're gonna do everything that we have to. Brake lever is fixed, it was bent like that. But with the help of Pato and hammer, everything is going well. Just don't tighten it too much, yeah?
yeah.
So as I said, this is alternative on K&N, a local made.
Have a look.
A lot of small things need to be done, like this screw is completely worn out here and this shouldn't go like that, so we try to fix it. So many small things that has to be done. I'm not gonna film everything because it's a long process, but I'm gonna conclude and tell you everything once we finished. So far we're in the middle of the day and about the middle of the work. The overall condition, I think it's fine. Пацо, как е като цяло състоянието на моторите? По-накратичко така?
Накратко ще изкара.
Ще изкарат.
Като ги подготвим и ще ги пазим.
Ще ги пазим. So, just to translate to you, he said, they will do the job, but we have to be very gentle with them. They are very small, very light, very soft, but it is what it is. We expect now the chain and the sprockets to come. Most of the things are already checked. In overall, the condition is not bad, considering where we are at the moment, and the garage and the tools that we have. But it's very interesting, and we look forward to the real journey. Как е?
Няма филтър, но да си не
То няма още. Аре, пацо, на здраве. Как е? Какво е? We try to define what is this, but we don't know.
Ние там къде да си сгръб към камерата.
The rest is pork with rice. It's good. So this is traditional Colombian pork with rice. What is this? We don't know. Most of the spare parts arrived. Actually, all of them, everything that we ordered, tubes, filters, oils. Now Pato changing the sprockets, and we're gonna have a new chain, and eventually we'll be ready today, and tomorrow we can ride with Thomas. All right? So now it's 5:30 in the afternoon. We started here at 8:30. So this will say around 9 hours we spent here fixing the bikes, and eventually everything is all right now. We have a brand new chain and sprockets on this motorcycle. All is changed, filters are changed, everything is set up. We have a new packs here. These are the packs from my old Tenere, the same for Plamet's motorcycle. I disconnected these auxiliary lights because they were connected wrongly, so I disconnected. I'm not gonna use it. So I don't want any problems with the motorcycle. New brake pads, everything is new, all set, ready to go. The same with Plamet's motorcycle. Tires we're gonna change later. New brake pads, fresh oil, everything is set. Cables, everything is checked, everything works. So we have just a few things more to complete, but I believe that we'll be ready. If the documents are ready, we'll be ready to start around Wednesday, and eventually hit the road north to Venezuela. We also changed the brake fluids, front and rear. The rear brake caliper was completely jam and block. Clean it and put it to work together. New chain, sprockets, as I said already. I even have this mount here to use it for my telephone when I need to guide myself here. Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Bien, muy bien. In this bag we have a few spare parts for the road, spare brake pads, clutch cables and stuff like that. There are not that many. Cesar, my friend, thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
This help
the
is
time
highly
you're welcome
appreciated.
here.
I hope that we're not gonna need your help on the road. I hope that we'll be alright. We'll continue without your help.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Everything what you do here.
Yeah,
is just
this is
fantastic.
your home, man.
Thank you
This
very
is your
much.
home.
Muchas gracias. Muchas
My
gracias.
tools are your tools.
Thank you very much. I already have some of your tools.
Yeah, don't worry.
Alright. See you later. Huh?
Okay, see you later.
Nos
man.
vemos.
Good trip.
Thank you very much.
And safe
Thank you very
ride.
much. Thank
Okay,
you.
my friend.
Thank you. Пацо, какво стана? Дойди да си починиш тук малко.
Добре да се почина и да работим ден изкарах.
Малко повече, ма 9-10 часа изкарахме така.
Не, на Варна лято работим толкова.
Нищо, от сряда си почиваме вече.
Надяваме, че тази вторник, среда...
Вече ще почиваме. Само ще караме. Айде.
Easy.
Сега ремонтираха карбуратора. Как се оказа, че няма бензин. Добре.
Saca ese tanque ahí. Que vayan ustedes, sí.
Павка, да. Не, ще запиша сега. Преградка искам.
The girlfriend.
И целувка иска.
Good morning. It is our third day in Colombia, and the impressions are already too many. Man, it's so interesting. Yesterday in the Cesar's garage, we did around 95% of the work that we have to do on the motorcycles. We have just a few small things that we're gonna continue today. But it was really nice to have the first touch, the first impressions from real Colombia, because the place we are at the moment, these luxury apartments, it's not the reality. Here only rich people are living, but over there is the real life, real people, real stories, and we really enjoyed that. And it was also the first moment that we rode the motorcycles around the city. But yeah, very enjoyable so far. Everything is good. Jet lag is alright. We adjusted very fast because we arrived here around 5 o'clock in the morning in Cali in local time, and then we kept awake until 10 o'clock in the evening, and on the next day we were already fine. Now of course we wake up every morning like 5:30, 6 o'clock, but this is normal and this is good for us because we have to cover a lot of kilometers on the road. Anyway, today's plan is now first to go to the local mall here to buy some products for the fridge, because yesterday we ate everything. We drank all the beer that Thomas has here in the fridge, so we have to refill the fridge with some products for the next 2 days. And later today we're gonna ride around with Thomas, Cesar, and another one guy to test the motorcycles, how they work, is there any problems, do we have to adjust or add something else. So it will be like a first experience of riding around the country, and hopefully in the next few days we'll settle the documents and we'll be able to start. But this situation for now, getting very quick to adjusting very quick, and I hope that we'll continue without any problems. So today is gonna be the first ride around Cali, Colombia with Thomas, Cesar, his wife, Plamen, and me. We'll test the motorcycles in real riding mode. We'll see how they're going, and we go to a local lake, Lake Calima, and we'll see how the road is going. So far I like it. It will do the job just perfectly for the needs that we need. Of course it hasn't got the power that I would like to have, but that's alright. It is manageable, at least. The traffic here, it's interesting, and this stop signs usually means nothing, so I have to be double more cautious about everything. The area that we're riding now, it's in the western part of Cali. It's known as an area for rich people, so this is not a real example of the town. We're gonna have many more like this later, and today is Sunday, so there is no traffic around. It's actually a nice road. Getting even better. This is nice to see the real life, but no worries, we're gonna have a lot of this on our journey. Look at local form of transportation, gas bottle on the back, like a top case. Let me film Plamen with this tiny motorcycle. I can imagine
how I looks on this tiny machine. But that's fine. We already discussed why we have these motorcycles and what we have to expect from it. It smells on horse shit from everywhere, but so far I like it very much. I like the freedom, I like this nature around us in a real life. It will be interesting to check the altitude once we got to the top, but I guess it will be at least 2000 meters, so I can see Cali from above now. Maybe we're gonna have a better observation point later, but we're gonna have like 15 to 20 minutes road like this, and then we'll go to Lake Kalima. Probably we're gonna have lunch. Yeah, this is the first nice view that I have, and the road comes like this and go down there like that. But I guess we're gonna have thousands of roads like this in Colombia. Yeah.
Broken the protection.
Broken or loose?
It's no big deal.
Broken or loose?
Broken. But it is no big deal. Look. Too much noise.
Okay.
It's broken. Look.
So no, you can put a washer. Ah, it's broken. Okay.
It's no big deal.
All right. So everything is not a big deal. I want to film everything, but man, the views here are so many, the roads are so many. I should try to be more minimalistic with the camera, because I'm not gonna have enough SD cards. No more dirt roads for today. But it was good experience to have the first 20-30 kilometers with this little machine, and so far I don't have many complaints. Yeah, the position is not exactly what I need, but that's fine. I like these villages very much, and I would love to stay somewhere, eat something, but I'm sure it will happen many times on this trip. This is really nice road. Looks again like a not so cheap area, but I cannot say it right now. It's good twisty roads. We are climbing again. This is good. By the way, I'm impressed with this so small and light motorcycle, but it handles the potholes very well. The suspension is soft. I will definitely bottom it if I go to some big jumps, but on this type of terrain it's alright. It's like a plush. Wonderful roads. From 15-20 minutes, not much traffic, just one car here and there. Going up, fantastic. Because we are very close to Lake Kalima, it looks like this is some kind of resort village. Nice. This is the famous South American beef, this steak, wonderful, pepper steak. I looked forward from a long time to have this meal, and finally I'm gonna get it. Пацо, доволен ли си? Много. Alright. Wonderful place next to the lake. A little expensive, not exactly for our budget, but we can afford it here and there for maybe once per 2 weeks to eat something like that. After yesterday, today was the first test of the motorcycles. We've done around 150 kilometers. We went about 70-80 kilometers west from Cali to Lago Calima or Lake Calima. Wonderful place. We had a great lunch over there. As you can see, the rules here are a little bit flexible. Basically, they've got the same rules as Europe, but no one even tried to obey it. Everything is possible. You can overtake from right, from left, on the red traffic light. You can U-turn whatever you like. So many motorcycles, so many cars, so many police officers, but even so, everyone doing whatever they want. So kind of like it. Today is Sunday, and the traffic is not so bad, as you can see. But during the week, oh man, it's bad. It's really bad here. And big town, 2.5 million people, very busy place. About the motorcycles, so far they are good. Of course, you can feel the lack of power here and there because they are only 25 horsepower, but it doesn't matter. The most important for me and Plummet now is to make the trip as cheap as possible, and this was the best option that we can get. I do believe that for South America you don't really need a very big motorcycle, but of course this is my opinion. As I said, today was the necessary test that we needed to make sure that the motorcycles works properly, because in the next few days, probably on Wednesday, we're gonna start our trip to the north direction, Venezuela. We already signed some documents, and the ownership need to be transferred to our names, and this is what we're waiting for now. Everything is different here. It doesn't matter how many places I have visited already during my trips, there is always something new, something to surprise you, something to get you not prepared. That's why it's never a good idea to be so relaxed. You always need to be on focus, especially on the countries like that where the traffic it's completely different. You're gonna see it later, not today, because now, as I said, Sunday, and we use one very shortcut to go to Thomas Place. The motorcycle was equipped with heated grips, as you can see here. Also auxiliary lights, but they were so badly installed that I disconnect them because they might cause a fire. But it was so badly made. I'm very glad that I disconnect everything, so I don't have heated grips and auxiliary lights, but that's fine. I prefer safety first.